Hey, if you're looking to invest in real estate, one thing you may be wondering is what exactly is a syndication? All right, so let's get into it. First of all, a syndication is just a fancy way of saying that you are pooling money together from different investors who may not know each other. Some are going to be active, some are going to be passive. So typically in a syndication, you're going to have two different sides of the business. One is the active side or the general partnership. The general partners, they are the ones who are in charge of every aspect of the deal. So they're going to find the deal, they're going to analyze the deal, get it under contract, they're going to sign all the agreements, they're in charge of managing the asset or hiring a property management company. They are, in fact, running the show. So your general partnership team or your active team, they are the ones who are going to be leading the way. Now, other folks can invest passively. This is your limited partners. This is your passive investors. These are the people who are going to be bringing their money to the table, but will not be involved in the day-to-day operations or the day-to-day decision-making. So you've got your two sides, your active side, your passive side. The actives are your general partners. The passive side are your limited partners. So we've got those two. Now, the equity split can vary. Some people like to do a 70-30 split. Some like more of an 80-20, some like a 50-50. It really depends on the deal. So that's going to come down to you, your preference, what investors are looking for. But you've got to have a sense of how much equity will you retain as the active investor and how much equity will you give to the limited partners or the passive investors. So you're going to have your equity split. And then the next thing that comes up is what are the roles? Again, the general partners, they're really running the show. So they're involved with every aspect of managing the deal. The limited partners, they really just have to do a lot of work up front. So yes, it's a passive investment, but the work comes up front from vetting the operators, vetting the deal, making sure it's a good fit for them, making sure that they understand the risk in the deals, how the deals can go wrong, when do they get paid, what needs to be true in order for the deal to succeed. You want to make sure you're really doing your homework before you invest. As a limited partner, once you invest in the deal, you are really beholden to that operator. So it's really important to find operators who have a strong business plan, strong track record, and have a good sense of what they are doing. If you are a newer investor yourself and you're an operator, maybe you want to partner with someone else. This is why folks like to work with other investors, hiring coaches, mentors, joining more experienced teams. This is something that we did starting out ourselves, and now we help other people in the same way. So that's a really great way to start getting some traction because this is a pretty sizable investment. Most investors are going to invest either $25,000 at minimums or $50,000 in minimums. So this is a pretty big and pretty serious investment that investors are making. And if you think about it, the amount of money someone's going to be investing in your deal is usually the second largest investment they're going to make outside of their home. Maybe a car, so maybe their third largest investment. But this is a pretty big decision for people. So you got to make sure you're taking the time to educate them and make sure that they're getting the answers to the questions that they have.